In the kingdom of Valmir, tradition was law, and law was never questioned. Every family with sons was bound by oath. When war came, the firstborn must take up arms to defend the crown or die trying. For generations, that decree had shaped the fate of men and broken the hearts of women. But one year, when the horns of war sounded after decades of uneasy peace, that law came knocking on the wrong door. At the edge of the kingdom stood the old house of Lorien, proud, weathered, and nearly forgotten. Its master, Lord Roderick, had seen too many winters and buried too many dreams. His wife had died young, leaving him with 3 children, 2 sons still in their boyhood, me, and a daughter, Arelyn, the eldest. When the king's messengers arrived beneath the storm, their cloaks heavy with rain, they carried a parchment sealed in red wax. By decree of His Majesty, they read aloud, every house must send forth its firstborn son to serve in the royal army by dawn. Roderick's hands trembled as he took the letter. His eldest son, there was none. Only his 12-year-old boys, too small to lift a sword. But the law did not bend for age or mercy. It demanded obedience. That night, silence fell over the manor. The fire burned low as Roderick sat alone in his study, staring into the flames. The sword he once carried as a soldier hung above the hearth, a relic of another time. His thoughts were heavy with fear, and he prayed the dawn would never come. But Arelyn was awake. She entered the study quietly, her white nightgown brushing against the stone floor. Her eyes were red from crying, yet in them glimmered a strength her father had long forgotten. "Father," she whispered, "you cannot send them, they're still children." He looked up, his face weary and lined with sorrow. "What choice do I have?" he said. "The king's men will come at sunrise. They will take a son, or they will take me." Arelyn stepped closer, her gaze fixed on the sword above the mantel. The blade's edge caught the firelight, gleaming faintly like something alive. "Then they'll take me," she said. Her father's head rose sharply. "You are my daughter," he said, his voice trembling. "You cannot fight in the king's guard." Arelyn's hands curled into fists. "Then let them call it what they will," she said. "But I will not stand by while my brothers are led to die." She reached for the sword, pulling it down from its mount. It was heavy, the weight of a history not meant for her, but she held it steady. For a long moment, father and daughter stood in silence, 2 generations divided by law, bound by love. And in that silence, Roderick saw something he had not seen since his youth: fire, courage, and the will to defy what was unjust. He took a slow breath, his eyes glistening. "Then the gods help us all," he whispered. "For tonight the law meets its match." When dawn broke over Valmir, the horns of war sounded once more. Soldiers gathered in the mist, their banners dark with rain. But when they called for the house of Lorien, it was not a boy who stepped forward. It was Arelyn. She rode beneath her family's banner, the old sword gleaming in her hand, her armor slightly too large and her heart far too brave. Behind her, her brothers watched from the gates, eyes wide, filled with awe. The soldiers murmured, uncertain, until even the commander fell silent. None dared to challenge her. For though she was a woman, there was something in her bearing, something ancient and unyielding, that silenced every tongue. And as the sun rose, catching the edge of her blade, the kingdom of Valmir watched in stunned silence, wondering what would fall first, the enemy's army or the chains of tradition.